Hi, I'm Ed Burgess and I'm with Group Juliet, the creators of the Pipe Dreams game. You may play upstairs. Our specification, we were asked to create a networked multiplayer 3D game where players navigate a series of pipes and rooms to reach a treasure. And the pipes obviously has to be quite an integral part of the game because it's called Pipe Dreams, and that was a big part of the specification. And immediately, we decided that we wanted to render a 3D perspective for the players. So we decided to use Java 3D, which contains high-level binding to OpenGL. So it's quite easy to use, it's much faster, and it's easier to use than OpenGL, because if we had to learn OpenGL, it would take much more time. We didn't have much time to build a project. We decided very early on also that just racing towards a treasure wasn't going to be a very fun experience for the players. So we wanted to add as much player interaction as we could. This includes, obviously, as you saw, you can shoot and kill each other, lay traps, and chat, and all sorts of stuff. The simplified maze data structure is important, and you'll see why in a sec. User-created content as well. You can build a maze really quickly and share it amongst all your friends. And the directionality of pipes. That's a decision we made so that the pipes, you go from one room to another through a pipe, and it flows you through from one end to the other. And that's important because it means that it's not so much a linear experience. You can design a maze that you can't backtrack, and you can do slightly more interesting things with the maze designers we found out. Challenges. We had quite a few challenges straight off the bat with this. Obviously, game design, modern game design is huge, and it's a big thing. We realized, obviously, we weren't going to make Crysis 2 or anything right from the start, or even Quake, hard as we tried. And there's a lot of learning curves. There's a whole load of different disciplines to concentrate on here, least of all networking and graphics, obviously. And another challenge is network gameplay. You've got loads of concurrency issues to resolve, getting everything running smoothly, and it can be really detrimental to the experience if it doesn't run quite smoothly, or if you see someone jittering or whatever, you get lag. And it's really important that everything runs smoothly. And making games enjoyable is it's hard to quantify, and it's hard to define, and it's a thing that we did struggle with for quite a while, but I think we ended up with something quite fun, you may have found out there. And highlights, most fun bits for us. The maze data type, I mean, flog a dead horse, this might be our flux capacitor. It went really well. It's a very discrete lattice structure. There's like it's an array of blocks, so you just build your maze out of cubes, basically. There's no continuous coordinates. This means that we don't have to save any continuous data, so maze size is tiny, which means it's quick to pass over the network. It's very simple, which means that the user can use the editor. The editor is great. It's really, really simple to use. You can build a maze in literally 5 seconds, and it's quite fun to play on. And because the editor is so easy to use, obviously, user-generated content adds to the longevity of the game. It's also serializable, and that's important because if you create a maze, as it takes 2 seconds to do, you can then host a server on that maze. All the clients that then connect automatically pass the maze down the network. And so everyone automatically has that maze, and it takes 2 seconds because it's tiny. And obviously, serializable can be saved to disk as well. Second thing, player interaction. That was really good. I mean, I think most of you played it upstairs. You can shoot each other. Everything works really smoothly, and the efficient netcode means it feels really smooth, and it feels like a professional implementation to play, really. Also, we felt that we did achieve our goal of making the game fun because it is quite competitive. Like I said, if you just had to race towards the treasure, it wouldn't be fun. So adding the ability to hinder your enemies and slow them down and shoot them and all sorts of other stuff you can do is great. And the game environment, we were really happy with. The renderer, like I said, we used Java 3D, it ended up quite well. It's very intuitive. Everyone's familiar with mouse camera control and WASD to move around. And anyone can just sit down and start playing it who's played any of these types of games before. Navigating pipes gives it a slightly unique edge. A lot of the gameplay involves being sucked into pipes, and that's quite different to most of the stuff you'll see. And that means that it's just slightly more interesting to play and slightly different. I hope you enjoyed playing our game. If you did, thank you very much for taking your time.